The hell? All right, guys. So, Mr. from Cold to Sold, Mr. Cole over here. So, basically, this intro video, I'm going to talk about how to actually get approved with bad credit. All right. I know, if you've seen me before, you probably seen me online saying some crazy stuff, like 60 seconds of just insane, diabolical stuff. But, not only do I want to get attention, I also do want to gain trust in the industry because yeah, I'm young, but I still want to leave a professional impression, or at least try to. So I'm gonna kind of break down how it actually works when it comes to getting approved with bad credit, because a lot of people still think it's impossible. I've been running ads for a long time, and people still think it's impossible, but it is very possible to get approved. So there's very, very different situations for everybody, right? Everybody has a different um, they have a different situation. Like people try to compare their situation to someone else, like, oh, my friend got this, and it's just like it doesn't work like that, right? So I'm kind of just gonna make a this is a video about how it would work going through me if you were to go through me to get a car. So like my business model is a little bit different. I strictly focus really on subprime. I don't want to deal with people that have good credit, bro. I can't be bothered. But anyways, using this free whiteboard. Let me see. I actually never used this before. Add your first object. Okay, can I draw? Oh, sick. Okay. So, all right. I'm trying best to draw as best as possible. So right now I'm running some ads on Facebook, right? Meta, whatever. Don't mind the terrible writing. Facebook, IG, great. You see me. Oh my gosh, what the hell? Mr. Cold. The ads bumping. Everyone's loving the ads right now. The ads manager is jumpalini. But anyways, you respond to the ad, okay? Right now I have message straight to WhatsApp. Yo, my writing is terrible. Anyways, can I add text? WhatsApp. All right, cool, sick. This is easier. Okay, after WhatsApp, we have lines and shit. Oh, I gotta sign up. I knew all that. Okay, boom. After WhatsApp, I'm gonna start texting you convo, right? So I ask pre-qualification questions. Um, People might think it's AI. It's not AI. It's me for now, until it gets too busy. But main thing when it comes to getting approved with bad credit, we need to see, okay, are you getting income coming in, right? So that's why the first question I ask is, are you working full time getting pay stubs, right? What that does is it allows me to know, okay, cool. I have something I can send to the bank. And also, the bank wants to know that you can pay for the car, right? People are like, some people, it's not often, but some people will freak out when I ask them for proof of income. It's like, bro, I need income. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do? I need income, unless your credit is really good. But that might be for another video because this gets really complicated and complex. Um, so yeah, usually ask a couple qualification questions, right? So like we'll talk about, like I said, income. That's the first thing. Okay, income needs to be like, yo, you got that? All right, cool. Next, I want to know what the credit score is like. Yes, I know I deal with bad credit. I'm not asking for credit scores to judge you or shame you or anything, right? A lot of people respond, they know their situation is bad, they know their credit's not the best. I'm not here to shame you more for that. I just need more insight as to what I'm working with, right? So, because when people are answering these questions, I'm already putting together kind of like which bank I can send them to, because I've been sending so many applications that it's like I kind of already know. Okay, cool. I'll send you here. Oh, this is your situation. Okay, I'm gonna send. Like it just comes as time goes on, but then I kind of want to figure out what the credit is, right? If you're at 400s, 500, that's okay. Like, we love that. I don't want no prime credit. They give me a headache, bro. 600s, high 600, 700, headache, you know? And it's not about, manipulation. It has nothing to do with that, right? It's just they're more calm. They're more easygoing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not manipulating 400, 500. I'm getting them decent cars as well. A lot of these dealers, they'll just jam them, put them in a Hyundai Elantra, you know? By choice, not by last resort. If I put you in a Elantra, it's because I didn't have a choice. Anyways, next we're gonna figure out. Okay, whoops, not 1, 3. Okay, this thing geek. I don't know why it's. Okay, anyways, I want to know if you have down payment. Okay, people are like, do I need down payment? Am I cooked without down payment? We don't need down payment. It just depends on the approval that we get, right? This is going to be a shorter video because it's going to take me forever to explain all the intricacies about approvals and stuff. But down payment is kind of important, like 65% important when you have bad credit. It does help you bring your payments down for sure. It does make your loan amount smaller, obviously. So when you want to trade your car in, you're not dealt with as much negative equity. If you have negative equity, sometimes some cars hold value great. Porsche 911s, even though I'm not really some. Why is my girl FaceTime me right now? Bro, I'm making a loom. I have to, how do I exit out of this? Okay, anyways. Um, so making YouTube video. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Down payment definitely will help out with keeping the payments low and just limiting the amount of negative equity you have when it comes to want to trade in or sell the car that you get if you go down that route. Okay, after that, I'm going to obviously ask you if you want to see what you qualify for, right? I always ask that because it's like maybe you're not serious, maybe you're like, oh, like I don't want to. Like, okay, well then it's like, what are we doing here, right? We're just two random people talking, right? So from that point after qualification, let's say yes, you are. I'll usually ask them, okay, do you have a valid driver's license? Because sometimes I would just do this and people have expired licenses or like suspended, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? So after that, I'll be like, hey, do you have a license? Cool. If they do, I always give the option to either send a picture of the license and I can start working on it virtually to get the fastest updates, or they come to my office in Oakville and we start the process from there. Now, I always vouch for the virtual. Like it's just much faster. It's much faster. Like it's so much easier. You can get updates within the same day. Like I move fast, guys. Like once you send me that license and I can pull the credit, bro, we are lit, right? That's another thing I forgot to mention. I'm gonna ask you if I can pull the credit. So let's change this. Actually, can I edit this? All right, cool. So let's say, okay, you send the license. All right, sick. License sent. Bless up. I'm going to usually ask you, can I pull your credit? Okay, some people don't want their credit pulled. That's okay. I'm not tripping. I can work it without pulling the credit from my end. So, but let's just say in this situation, I do pull your credit. Whoops, I have an auto like text thing. Okay, this is whatever. Check credit. Why did it zoom out? Geeking out. Anyways. Okay, so we check the credit. Usually it's going to pull up like an Equifax report. Okay, I don't want to go and pull up someone's Equifax report because that's personal, but basically, most people know what Equifax report is. It shows Equifax, the score, your address, like inquiries, all that stuff, your trade lines, the accounts you have, um, your employer information sometimes. So I'll pull that up, I'll scan it. Okay, this is what's going on, whatever. Like, cool. I kind of have a gist of what I'm working with. It's very helpful for me to check the credit, but I always ask people, okay, can you send me a report? Can you just give me something that I can actually work with? The more information I have on your deal, the easier it is for me to work your deal. Okay, cool. Check the credit. All right, I got info. You've lived at certain address for such and such, because this is information that we need to make an application. Let me pull up actually. Oh, is it still showing the same? Sick. Okay, so let's say I ever want to make an app, right? Boom. This is all the information that I need. So people are like, why are you asking me for all this? This is an application. This is what I'm putting in to send to the bank, right? This is what I'm putting in. I need to what's it called? Let me put this. Can I move this over? Sick. Okay. So this is what I need to do to put in the application. Okay. Address, whatever, name, email, cool, employment, income. That's why I ask for all these things. People are like, why are you asking me all these random questions? It's like everything is for a purpose. Right? I'm not here to scam. I don't want nobody's identity or income information. But anyways, I'll check the credit, put all the information in. Now if we go back to this page, right? If I attach a lender right here, Cool. These are the banks that I can pick. Boom, 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 boom. Sick. We're getting some more banks. Um, it comes with time, experience, all that stuff. But basically, that's how we send the application. So I'd do that. Everything be filled in. It would have a check mark there. Send it as a pre-approval. Right there. Boom. Sick. I wait for the bank to get back to me. Okay. Then bank gets back to me. Two options. Either you get an income waived or you don't get an income waived. I can talk more about income waived in more details, but basically what it is you're getting an approval without proof of income required. So you don't gotta send in pay stubs. So say send application. Check your credits and your app. Cool. Now you might get pre-approval. Well, you're gonna get pre-approval. Pre-approval, sick. All right. And like I said, you can get pre-approval or income waived. They don't need proof of income. Every time I get those ones, I'm like, ski. I'm excited because we can just start looking for a car. We don't gotta wait for them to call your employer or whatever. We don't need any of that. So we automatically skip. So it's like we can go income waived, blessings, okay, or we can go proof of income required. Proof of income required. Right. So at this point, this is where I'm asking for your pay stubs. If you are self-employed, I'm going to ask you for 6 months of bank statements. They might ask for a business document, right? Self-employed is a hit or miss, but they usually ask for 6 months of bank statements all the time. Some banks ask for matching invoices for the last 60 days. So the deposits you have on your bank account the last 60 days, they want matching invoices. So, but most of the times I do get more employed pay stub earning applicants. So it's much easier. We just send the pay stubs in. Sometimes maybe a job letter, depending on the bank. I think I'll make different videos with kind of like different ways different banks verify income. Um, but yeah, so we'll go income waive. All right, now if we move down, okay, so proof of income required. Let's say you send me your pay stubs. Sick. Okay, cool. Got stubs. So I'm gonna send those in. Send in. Okay. So when I send it to the bank, banks are different. They're gonna obviously process it, read it, calculate it. They do a calculation where they look at, okay, what's the year to date. So obviously some people started maybe in the middle of the year, like 6 months in. Like that's why there's always gonna be different year to dates, right? But they're gonna calculate the year to date. Like, okay, cool. Let's say your year to date is 4,000, and we're in November. They're gonna be like, okay, well, you didn't make like $100 a month or whatever the math is. I'm sorry, I'm not calculating right now, but they're gonna be like, okay. Obviously, this person just started. We need a job letter. And then some banks, they might need 3 months on the job. Some banks do first day on the job, first week on the job. Some banks need 6 months on the job. Sometimes banks maybe even need a year, right? So there's different requirements for different banks when it comes to income. But so yeah, because income wave, like there's not really much to talk about it. Once the income gets waived, we just look for a car. So like I'll just put that there. Car hunt. Bless it up. Okay. Actually, I'll match it up when we'll put the arrow all the way here. Boom. Okay. Car hunt. Bless it up. All right. So you go here now. We'll do verbal verification, or just put income verified first. So after I send the stubs in, they're gonna verify it by obviously calculating, doing the calculations. Then they're gonna do a verbal verification. Now I know people are like, "Oh, I don't want the bank calling my workplace. I don't want people knowing I'm getting a car." Like, listen, it's the fastest way. Email is an alternative, but it's going to take so much longer. Like, nobody's really checking their emails like that to see if a bank is financing your car. Like, they're not doing that. Call's the easiest way. It's the fastest. And managers can call back, supervisors can call the bank back to speed it up, right? So it's just faster to get it done like that. But they're going to look at the pay stub, do the verbal verification, and then income usually gets verified. Now, at this point, if your income is they calculated it less for some reason. Like if I ask you what your income is and then they calculate it less, they might make the approval smaller. So that's the thing. When you get a pre-approval, right? They give us a set amount. So they're gonna give us like an amount. So most banks they give us a pre-approval amount. So it's like okay, they're gonna give us a max payment. They're gonna give us a interest rate. It's not always final. Okay, and what else are they gonna give us? Yeah, usually just max payment interest rate. Oh, and like an actual amount of financing. So max amount of financing. So 30K, 40K, 37K, 43K, like whatever. Okay. So after going through all this, this might change. So this right here, like this might change. Like we circle this. My big head, bro. Yo, move out the way, son. This might change right here after this. So that's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna tell me your income, like don't cap. Don't cap about it. Don't lie about it. Might change. All right, cool. Now let's say we get a pre-approval. Income wave also it could change. This depends on the bank. Like this is a very that's what I'm saying. It's a very complicated like puzzle. Not for me because I've been doing it, but trying to explain to a customer, it's like because they have so much questions and they think it's like all fraud, and it's like it's not fraud, right? I'm gonna make a video on how who regulates these banks and how everything is regulated. Like there's so many institutions. Like you got the OFSI, you got was it the FSRA? Like I forgot the abbreviations, but there's so much regulations when it comes to just financial institutions. So it's like subprime can't be a fraud because it's been like this for so long. And there's institutions that are aware of high interest rates and long terms. But like I said, there's people that manage this, right? Financial Consumer Agency of Canada, they oversee all this stuff. So it's not like just random sketchy banks. But anyways, income gets verified after you're sending the income in, sick. Now we can start looking for a car. Okay? Car hunt. I'm just gonna make it quick. Like we just bro, like I said, I tell these customers, like, we just buy cars from anywhere. Buy a car. I don't got really buy cars off private sellers because it's headache. Last time we did that, scammed us out of like 2,000. Not not doing that. So we usually buy from dealers. I've been starting to have dealers reach out to me on TikTok and like Instagram that want to do business. So we can get cars for them from their inventory. Sometimes I'll go on Auto Trader, kind of see what's available. Like I sell the same cars for the most part: Honda, Toyota, Mazda. Keep it simple. I don't want headaches. I don't want people calling me saying the car is mosh up. I don't want that. So I just try to stick to the same brands. Okay, cool. We found a car for you. Nice. You love it. Fits the bank's requirements. That's the most important thing. Sick. After we find the car, numbers are good. I'll call the dealer, make sure everything's available. Carfax is good enough for the bank's requirements. Then we work on the documents. Okay, some banks are different. They might need references to get the documents started. Some banks may need to approve the structure. Like, well, all banks actually need to approve the structure. So when you find a car, we have to structure it first. So it needs to be structured. So once it gets structured and green, so they green the file, they green the, it's like now it's approved, the vehicle is approved that you submitted. I can work on the documents. So I'm gonna work on the bill of sale, get the Carfax, bank documents, credit application, warranty, whatever else is included. Lien check, lien search, all that stuff, right? All that stuff is usually included. I mean, I'd be going through it on the phone with you if we were signing anyways. Like I don't really send docs to clients without going on the phone. So work on the docs. It takes about 30 minutes or so. And then boom, docs done. DocuSign. I haven't had a single person come in and sign in person. Ain't nobody got time for that. DocuSign. All right. Send it off. Hit the email, hit the laptop. Amazing. Go through it on the phone with you. Hello. Yep. What page you want? Boom. Done. Finish. Gets sent to me. Then I send to my business partner. And then boom, we have signed docs. After we sign docs, we're going to send it to the bank for funding. So the bank has requirements. People think you can just get insurance on the day of pickup. Like, bank has funding requirements. Okay, they need things. There's things that they need to be satisfied before they release the car. Okay, Most banks have different funding requirements, but typical ones is like proof of insurance. Okay, like there's no come on the day of and I'll get insurance after I pick up. No, 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 no. We need proof of insurance, and I actually need that ASAP because I need that before we start the safety. So for us, we need proof of insurance before we start the safety because we don't want to go pick up a car now, right? Pay for a car, and then you can't get insurance, and we're stuck with the car. We can't return the car. This isn't Walmart. We can't be like, hey man, here's my receipt. Can I get my money back? Dealer's gonna be like, bro, kick rocks, right? So we need insurance. Okay, that's one of the major things most of the banks need. They need void check. Okay, so they know where the money's coming out of, and then like license, all this stuff, driver's license, like so they know it's actually legit. Like license. Most times they're gonna need references. Most banks don't need ownership anymore, so it's whatever. But in order to license a car, we do still need insurance. You do need a policy number. But anyways, I always tell my clients after signing, we need to get insurance ASAP. I'm not picking up no car. I'm not putting no deposit on a car until we get insurance. That's how I roll because we've lost so much money on deposits in the past from people that just can't get insured, and it's just or they went MIA, and it's like we're not losing money over that. No way. So cool. Let's say you get insurance. All right, safety starts. Okay. The thing with safety, people think is like, oh, they're gonna service my whole car. No, it's just an inspection to make sure the car passes road safety standards. It's not a guarantee of the car in perfect condition. So I make that clear to customers. Like, it's not like a servicing. Servicing and safety are two different things. You can search it up. Say last 36 days, servicing is just something that you have to go and do. Like, unless you're in a lease or brand new car, then yeah, sure, maybe the dealer can do it free of charge. But I think you still have to pay anyways. Like, I don't know, bro. If you buy a car, you got to maintain it, bro. The car's not going to maintain itself. It's not a Transformer Optimus Prime. It's not one of those. But anyways, safety's done. Bless. Okay. Usually takes 1 to 2 days. People think their car is the only car at the mechanic shop. Sometimes we safety, sometimes dealer safeties. Depends on how we buy the car, and it's intricate, it's complicated. But we try to get the dealer safety that we buy it from, so it's less headache. Sometimes dealer safety. Too lazy to type. Cool. Safety done. Safety done now. Now we can license, right? Because when you go to Service Ontario, right, people are like, oh, is the car safety? People think we selling as is sketchy cars. No, you cannot fake it. Go to drive on, put the VIN in, okay? Put the VIN in, and it's gonna pull up the safety. I pull up the safety right now. Boom, there it is. Great. This is like one of my customers' cars. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Where to find the VIN in the vehicle? What was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's like we have to get the VIN to license the car. Where's my screen there? We need the VIN to license. We need the safety to be done to license the car because Service Ontario is going to have that, right? They're going to have that and be like, they can search up in their system if there's a safety or not. If there's no safety, they're not going to license the car. So literally cannot finesse it. I wouldn't even want to finesse it. It's like putting people's lives at risk. So anyways, boom, Service Ontario licensing. All right, cool. No fines. Hopefully you have no fines. I swear, I've had clients like 21,000 in fines. It wasn't their fault, but it's like, bro, you gotta stop being nice to people. Anyways, car's plated, ready to go. Cool. At that point, we would just call Uber for you wherever you're at. At that point, the deal's already booked. We've sent in everything. So when a deal gets booked, okay, put a fat arrow. Book deal, that means the bank is willing to let us release the car. That is when we can book the deal. That's when we can release the car. We'll know when it's booked in our little portal on DealerTrack where we submit the applications. We know when it's booked. Turns black. The deal turns black beside the customer's name. Boom. Everything bless up. Now we can release the car. And then at that point, you have your new car. We take a nice picture. We take an Instagram video, and everyone's happy, right? At that point, you've sent your down payment already. If you had down payment within the deal, if it's zero down, then it's zero down. I transfer you the ownership, I give it to you, and whatever else safety or whatever else documents you might want, we just hand that over. But that's pretty much how it is. Oh shit! No, no, no! Did it save? Okay, it saved. Sick, sick, sick. Okay, I was crashing out. I was like, yo, crashing out. Anyways, it got a little bit messy, but that's kind of how it works. So we go from WhatsApp, convo, boom, 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 license sent, either check the credit or no credit check, send the app. When I send the app, they're gonna have to check the credit too. Like, there's no way around that. If you want to get a car, your credit's getting checked. Like, I don't even know what a soft check is. Like, I don't even know what that is, man. I'll be honest, man. It's all hard checks out here. All right. If that's gonna break your heart, then maybe you shouldn't get a car right now. When you're ready for that, we can get a car. But yeah, pre-approval, income wave. Like, I'm gonna make more videos, kind of breaking down like more information on what this may mean, because you might be looking at like, what does that mean? So that means there's no proof of income needed. So you have a decent enough credit score where the bank trusts you to not have to ask for income, which is good. We love those. Go straight to the car hunt. Get the car structured, it's approved, work on the docs, DocuSign. Then we need to send the bank what they need to let us release the car, which is the book deal. Let me get that arrow right there. And everything bless up. Whoops, I don't want a rectangle. No. I do know a rectangle, my boy. Cool. And then after here, you get your car, pretty much. Um, so that's kind of the process in 26 minutes. Um, but yeah, like, I definitely want to make more videos so people understand the process when it comes to dealing with me, especially with bad credit, because there's a lot of people out there with bad credit. It's hard right now. But I still want to be there to help people. I still want to be there to get people the cars that they want and the cars that I know are going to last. So this is how I do things. More videos to come, but hopefully that makes sense. And you can always DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. I'll try to answer as fast as possible so we can hopefully do business in the future. Take care.